Hey everybody, my name is Chris Francois. I am a self-taught designer out of New Orleans, Louisiana. I decided to start doing these YouTube videos because I wanted y'all to be a part of my journey in design. Also, before I get started and go any deeper into this strong conversation I'm about to have with y'all about my background and who I am, I just want to say that everything that I am about to say to you guys is totally unscripted and raw. I like to shoot like that, and I decided to shoot like that with my videographer because I want to be relatable. I always want to be relatable to my audience, and I want you guys to know I didn't practice this before I actually started recording. You heard me? No. Boot that. We're going to keep it all natural and as authentic as possible. The type of designer I am, let's talk about that. I am on the grind right now. I am truly trying to grow my business and also personally grow as a designer. I'm design inclined, right? And what I mean by that is that my brain functions design, right? So I really can design anything, but my area of expertise is design and faux artistry. For all the people who don't understand what faux artistry is, it's decorative walls. I build decorative walls, but I also do remodeling. I design canvases, I design homes, commercial spaces, residential spaces. Right now, I'm currently working on a tree house. Airbnb is crazy. It's real crazy. I'm very excited about it, but off that, I don't want to go too far out into this present project that I'm working on because this video is really not even about me, but it's about you. Currently, I am trying to build a name for myself. I started doing shows on Facebook free, spending money on material for free, and designing with people that I really didn't even know. One day I just kind of got up and I said, I love it so much, I just want to design, and I want to show people that you can take nothing and make it something. You can take something very ugly and beautify it. You heard me? It's all about what you use and how you go about it, right? So what I did was I started doing this show on Facebook every Tuesday called Design Talk with Chris. When I started doing that show, I picked up a pretty good following. The most views that I think I hit was right at, I think, about 65,000 views, which may not be nothing to you, but it's real big to me because going from not making videos at all and then making videos and then all of these people being interested in learning about design, it just made me figure out even more that that was my purpose. And sometimes you don't really know. You may be confused about your purpose. You heard me? You may not know exactly what your purpose is, but some kind of way I feel like the universe will bring it to you and you will figure it out. That's the way I kind of figured it out. When you're walking in any business owner, any employee, anybody in a position of success and trying to grow, you continue learning new things every single day. Every day. You never stop learning. It is truly a daily grind, right? But of course, we all know knowledge is power. So the more knowledge you have and the more you're educated on your craft, of course, the better you are. Now, from there, I want to go into a little bit more about my family and my background and how I made it to this point where I am. Fast forwarding ahead, I come from a city where we were taught to hustle. We were taught the hustle at a young age. When you go to my city, it's everybody want to go to New Orleans. Everybody want to experience Mardi Gras. Everybody want to experience our culture. You know, our culture is pretty far, I gotta say myself. But at the same time, we were bred to be entrepreneurs. The reason why I say that is because when you go to New Orleans, what you see? You see the little tap boy on the corner tapping, and he got his bucket sitting right there. That's for you to drop the change in the bucket because he out there, he working. The whole time he's working. I grew up around that. I grew up in that. So picture me as the little tap boy, right? Except I'm the designer, right? So I put my bucket out there and I design for y'all because it's my passion. My passion has always been design, but I didn't realize it until I got older. because initially it was a hobby. It was something that I did outside of anything I did. And I realized that later. No matter what I did, I always designed. So I want to teach y'all how to start a business. I want you guys to see that it's not easy. I want you guys to see that the road is not simple. You heard me? It's hard. It'll be days where you're gonna cry. It'll be days where you're gonna feel by yourself. It'll be days where you're gonna feel lonely as hell, because friends won't always be there. And the people who you started with won't be on the journey the complete way through. And you gotta be okay with that. I also want to teach you guys not only how to start a business, but run it. How to charge as a designer, as a self-taught designer. How to negotiate. How to treat and take care of your clients. How important it is to make sure that you're professional. Because that's important. Not only is it important for you to be professional, but it's also very important for you to stay consistent. You can't quit when you're not getting your way. If things not working out the way you wanted to, you can't quit. You can't do that. You gotta push through. Sometimes you're gonna have to walk through fire. Walk through it. Sometimes you're not gonna have a person that'll rescue you all the time. Sometimes you're gonna lack the knowledge as a self-taught designer. Whatever you are self-taught, you won't know everything. You're not a computer. But it's okay, as long as you know the resources that you have to use in order to get the knowledge that you need to run your business effectively, professionally, right? It's about being consistent. It's about reading. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone and making sacrifices. That's what business owners do. What I want to get into is, as I said before, I come from nothing trying to have something. And not to say that I didn't grow up with values, because I grew up with values. And I grew up with great people in my life that set great examples for me, right? But I grew up in struggle. My family wasn't as fortunate as other families. We struggled. My mama, you know, she's a single parent. She raised my brother and I by ourselves. You know, it was times we experienced the more unfortunate events in life. And for example, having to sleep without lights on in the house, you heard me? Having to take cold showers sometimes because my mama check just wasn't enough to take care of all the bills. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, design comes from a deep place for me. I feel that my creativity came from the struggle. If a person asks me, you know, well, how did you learn how to design? You know, you didn't go to school for it. You didn't do this for it. No, but I grew up and didn't realize it until I got older. I grew up and I came from entrepreneurs. And the reason why I say that is because my aunts and uncles, they had jobs in the neighborhood. My grandmother babysat for the whole neighborhood. She was the babysitter. She also cleaned houses. She was a maid, but she set her own income the whole time. The whole time I didn't appreciate it growing up because I didn't understand it. But being an adult at this point, I realized that I come from a family of entrepreneurs. And even though we struggled, they taught me entrepreneurship, which is extremely important when you're trying to run your own business. You heard me? I am a single mother, surprisingly. But yes, I had my lovely princess when I was 30. I was 30 years old. She is the biggest part of my life. My daughter made me better. She made me not only a better person, but a better business owner. She made me a better friend. She made me just, you know, a better niece, a better just everything, you know. She just has brought so much light to my life, you heard me? I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my lovely Princess Braxton. She is definitely the light of my world, and I go as hard as I go because I'm her example. And I want to make sure that no matter what, I always set the right example for my daughter. you know. So my daughter is definitely a great part of why I am who I am today, and why I am the way I am today. And also another big reason why I'm talking to y'all about this, because I know it's a lot of single mothers out there that try and do it every day. Katrina hit, right? And I know all of you guys, y'all know about that. Katrina hit, and me and my family, we lost everything. Literally lost everything. At the time Katrina hit, I was in school. I was in college. I was in school for architecture. At the time, I wanted to design huge buildings. I wanted to be known for designing these big, tall buildings around the world. That was a dream. That was a goal for me. And my dream was to go to NYU. I don't know why I wanted to go to New York, but I just wanted to go. It was a bigger city. Everybody used to talk about New York, and I just kind of wanted to be somewhere else in a different environment. That never happened. Katrina hit, and my family and I, we lost everything. And so we basically had to start our life all the way over. I'm talking about everything. The apartment I was staying in at the time got like over 13 feet of water. I ended up evacuating like literally the day before the storm hit, and initially I wasn't. My friend had to talk me into it, because we used to getting tropical storms, not actual hurricanes. So that year it was different. So I didn't plan to leave, but I ended up leaving and going with my friend, only to find out that 2 days later I had lost everything I built. At the time I was in school, I was working 2 jobs. I was on my grind. I was really on my grind. And all of that was taken away from me in a short period of time. I didn't have my own business, so I relied on an employer to pay me a paycheck. I did. I depended on that. And I didn't even get that. I had work, but because of the natural disaster that happened, no money was moving. Nothing. We was left in a position to kind of fend with what we have. I promise y'all, I left home with 2 outfits packed, not realizing that I would never see my apartment that I worked so hard to get, the apartment that I, worked so hard to maintain. I did not understand that. I did not know that until, like I said, when the news came on and they basically said my whole city was underwater. It was devastating. And my family, I ended up going a different route than my family. My family went a whole nother direction. So for like almost a month and a half, I didn't have any contact with my family at all. I didn't have no contact with my family. The Sprint, we were all Sprint users. The Sprint towers was completely down. And I had no contact, couldn't get in contact with nobody. And I didn't even know if my family was okay. At the time, I was like 21. I was like 22. I was 22 years old. I didn't know if my family had even got out. So, for a month long plus, I didn't know if my family was okay. But eventually, I ended up being able to contact my family. And thank God everybody was all right. But I wasn't all right. I evacuated, but then I ended up having to move into a shelter for 2 weeks. I was homeless. I didn't have any money. I had $132 on me. I had no savings. I didn't have anything to fall on. It was a real unfortunate type of situation, and I had to figure it out. So what I decided to do, what I did was, I couldn't go back to school because I couldn't afford it. Imagine your whole life being uprooted and you not having nothing, no furniture, no clothes, no nothing. So having to start all the way over from the bottom, it was crazy to me. It was very, very devastating, but I promise it built more character, and I'm appreciative to it now. So what I did was, because I couldn't go back to school, I couldn't afford it. I didn't have money. My family didn't have money. So I decided to pick up a trade. I was thinking, I need something where I can make quick money. It won't take a whole lot of school to do it. I just need a good trade, a skill. So at that point, I decided to go to barber school. I enrolled in barber school, right? I finished on an apprenticeship, got my license, started cutting hair. I started grinding behind the chair. Also on the side, I designed. So even in the process of me cutting hair, being that barber, I still designed. At that point, I was designing t-shirts, I was designing canvases, I was designing home decor, I was designing anything that was gonna make me money, right? In order for me to survive, in order to be able to contribute to my family, who lived in a trailer, a 1-bedroom trailer that FEMA gave my family. 1-bedroom trailer, about 10 of my family members lived in it. A 1-bedroom trailer. It only made my grind more tough. It only made me go harder because I felt like I have to do something that is gonna carry my family, is gonna carry me. And so I felt like I needed to be passionate about it though, because I'm the type of individual, I get bored fast. Nothing really keeps my attention for a long time but design. That's what I realized. So what I did was I cut hair and I designed, and I was grinding the whole time, getting it completely out the mud, y'all. I really was. It was times where I wanted to give up and throw in the towel, but I didn't, because I couldn't give up. I couldn't throw in the towel. I had to keep running because I was trying to get somewhere, and I wanted to be somebody, and I never wanted to be in a position where I didn't have a savings and I didn't have income, enough income set aside where if a natural disaster happens, I can take care of me and I can take care of my family. So I decided not to give up no matter what. So I kept running. You heard me? I kept running behind that grind. Eventually, my design life outside of barbering, I met a lot of people through barbering. I really did. I met all kind of people from different walks of life every single day, right? And so those were my clients. My clients that wanted me to design. They saw that I was a natural creative. They saw my talent. They believed in me, so they invested in me. And so I eventually decided to step out on my own and start my own business. I took a few certification classes as a faux artist. I'm certified as a faux artist. And I figured out through my walk in design that I really love building things. I love building and designing spaces. I love it with all my heart, I promise. Once I found out truly what my passion was, I took off. I took off and I started running like Forrest. You heard me? I started running. And when I started running, things started happening. So I taught myself, because I didn't have all the knowledge that it took for me to just jump right into it. So I had to educate myself. So that's when I started Googling. I started reading. I started asking a lot of questions. I started networking a lot, connecting with other people, because I'm self-taught. So I had to find a way to learn. So that's how I learned. I taught myself that it's okay to learn in your own way, right? So like I said, from that point, I decided that I was going to start my business. I started my business. I registered with the state. I handled all the legalities of everything that I needed to take care of in order to continue to be great and to thrive in my business. It's pretty much up from there, y'all. So now I'm here. Again, I am Chris Francois. I own Chris Francois Designs. My web address is www.cfrancoisdesigns.com. I would love you guys to subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions about anything, ask away. If I don't have the answer, I'll figure it out, and I will make sure that I provide as much information as possible for you guys. Make sure y'all share me with y'all friends, loved ones, family members, and even your co-workers at work, because I am building and I am on this journey, and I am truly excited about it, and I'm taking y'all with me. I decided to do this introduction because I decided to get all the footage of my journey on this Airbnb space. My newest project that I am working on is an Airbnb treehouse. The treehouse, you heard me? Out in Rydell, Georgia, in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if y'all know anything about that, but my business is based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me through my journey. I promise y'all I'm lit, and I will make sure that I give y'all all the information that I have. I have no problem sharing, and make sure y'all come back and love me down. You heard me? Bye, y'all.